beautiful. They're like works of art. And you know, they just don't get enough credit for their artwork about how beautiful those drawings of tunnels are. It's a shame. And who is the kitty by the wheel, in front of the wheel on the ground? Well, there's Alma. All right. Coyote stuck his nose into the badger's hole, but got bitten. Coyote wanted to have a flaming redhead like Woodpecker, but his fur caught fire. Coyote went looking for Snake, but only found trouble. Coyote was always in trouble. I love the drawings. The drawings are awesome. Yes, me too. And you know, Sue, you know, in the Philadelphia area, there is a supermarket chain called Acme. You know, and that, you know, that was always the dominant supermarket growing up. So every time you saw, you know, something Acme on the Roadrunner, you would, you know, I would have, oh look, they went to Acme, because like Acme, you know, when I growing up was everywhere, and they're still in existence, but they're not the dominant supermarket that they used to be.
That's one right there. That's two. Yep. I just got one.
Coyote came to a place where earth meets sky. He heard laughing and singing. He went up to take a look. Coyote saw a flock of crows. They were chanting. They were dancing. Then the birds spread their wings. They flew through the air and circled the canyon. I'm sorry, they circled the canyon. Oh, if only I could fly, said the coyote. I would be the greatest coyote in the world.
Kitty, 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 babies. Come on, Ramsey, go potty.
Coyote called to the crows. Let me join you, he said.
Wait, there's 5 in there. Okay.
This foolish coyote wants to be like us, Old Man Crow said to his flock. Let's have some fun with him. Old Man Crow turned one eye toward Coyote. You may dance with us, he said. Oh, thank you, said Coyote. But I want to fly, too. Maybe you can, said Old Man Crow. Old Man Crow plucked a feather from his left wing. He told the flock to do the same. They stuck the feathers in Coyote. Coyote winced. His nose twitched. The crows chuckled. You are ready to fly, said Old Man Crow. Bless you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sue. The birds began their slow, steady chant. They hopped from one foot to the other. Coyote joined in the dance. Even though he got out of step and sang out of tune, he was very proud of himself.
She's in there.
She's already in there?
Yeah.
Oh.
The crows spread their wings and soared into the sky. Oh. 500 million, huh? I might be able to afford a house with that. Sorry. The crows spread their wings and soared into the sky. Coyote followed. His flight was jerky. He tilted to one side, Since his feathers were only from the left wing of each bird, he was off balance. Hello, Magic! He fell to the ground. Wait! He cried out. Don't leave me behind!
Let's drink some water, okay?
The birds returned and gathered round Coyote. We must balance him, said Old Man Crow. Old Man Crow plucked a feather from his right wing. Each of his flock did the same. Coyote cringed as they stuck the feathers in his fur. The crows cackled. Now I am perfect, said Coyote. I can fly as well as the rest of you. Coyote had become rude and boastful. He danced out of step. He sang off key. The crows were no longer having fun. You think the coyote's going to come get his comeuppance? The birds again began their slow, steady chant. Coyote hopped along, flapping his feathered legs and singing sour notes. The dancers spread their wings and leapt into the air. Soon the crows were flying high over the canyon. Coyote struggled to keep up. Carry me, he demanded. And you know, it's funny because we're talking about Acme, and every person in Philly doesn't call it Acme. They call it the Acme. Acme. So, did you go to the Acme? So, you can ask Debbie. Debbie grew up in the Philadelphia area. She'll probably say the same thing as I did. The crows circled Coyote, but didn't carry him. Instead, they took back their feathers one by one. Coyote sank through the air. He fell straight down. So, it's not that he's getting his comeuppance, he's getting his come downance. Whoa, he howled. Coyote fell so fast, his tail caught fire. He fell into a pool on the mesa. Coyote crawled out of the water. He heard laughter and saw the crows flying away. Coyote ran after them. He tripped and he fell, tumbling in the dirt. You know, I don't know if anybody, and I don't know if it's still there because it was 1996, but my brother and I went to the Phoenix Zoo. We were trying to kill some time before we got back on the plane to go home. And there is an exhibit of coyotes and road runners both together. And they actually have in the concrete coyote prints and roadrunner prints right next to each other. It's really cool. And you're right, roadrunners are faster than coyotes. But the problem is coyotes can paint better drawings. So Coyote ran after him. He tripped and fell, tumbling in the dirt. That's right. Coyote went home soaked and covered with dust. To this day, he is the color of dust. To this day, his tail has a burnt black tip. To this day, Coyote still follows his nose, He has a nose for trouble. He always finds it. I don't know, like this book. I like this a lot. And the reason why I'm mentioning that is because they apparently have a whole bunch of different books. They got Raven, Papagayo, which looks like a parrot, Zomo the rabbit. I'll have to look for these. We bought this. Bonnie and I bought this when we were out in Vegas. We thought it was a cute book for her kids, you know, when she was a teacher. Actually, the Acme products, it was probably the coyote was inept because he wouldn't do the products right. He wouldn't, you know. All right. Next book is called Deer. So this is all, I guess these are called homonyms. So 2 different words that sound the same. Hello, M. Precedence. So homonyms or no? God, it's been a long time, and I can't ask my wife anymore for some reason. Dear, I now live at the zoo. Wait until you hear what goes on over here. Love, Aunt. This has got to be one of my wife's books, too. The moose loves moose. He ate 8 bowls. Have you seen the ewe? She's been in a daze for days. That's him, the horse, who is hoarse from humming a hymn. You want a pet road runner? Yeah, but you know they go so fast you can see the little spark, you know, the fire under their legs, and that little fire really can set something in your house on fire. I don't think you want that. It's quite a feat when the bat hangs from his feet. Just a little horse. The monkey will tell you a tale as he hangs from his tail. Yep, look, this is called a book of homophobes. Homophones. God damn it. I don't know. I thought they were called homonyms. Then we got synonyms, antonyms, an antiem. It's a twister. The doe needed the dough because she needed the dough. Hello? The toe, wait a minute. The toad was towed to the top of the seesaw so he could see the sea. Hello? We have the Egypt guy who is now out. Uh-oh. There's the Egypt. Anybody who doesn't see it's Egypt, they are in denial. The whale was allowed to wail aloud. The whale was allowed to wail aloud. The bear had to pause to bear his big paws. Hey, the elephant threw a pail through the big bale of hay. And Sue, maybe we could settle this with the Roadrunners. Do they go beep beep or do they go meep meep? So is it meep meep or beep beep? Or maybe they're uttering profanities and they're censoring them, so maybe it's bleep bleep. So hey, the elephant threw a pail through the big bale of hay. Meep meep. Have you read about the red fox who blew bubbles? Because the whale has the whale. The giraffe's long neck lets him choose what he chooses. I do have to tell you, we used to have a debate when I was in elementary school because some kids thought he said meep meep and some kids thought he said beep beep. So just to let you know, that's always a debate. You know, does he say meep meep or beep beep? The cows in the herd were in a good mood. I heard them as they mooed in harmony. Leo, do you follow Save a Fox Rescue in Minnesota? I mean, they don't have a webcam or anything like that, but they're very active on social media, and the foxes there are beautiful. The bee flew away from the flea with the flu. So the bee flew away from the flea with the flu. And the bee can be sure that if he had the flea would flee too. Oh, God. Oh, man. So they actually trademarked both beep beep and meep meep? Wow. That's cool. Why is the whale sad? He was whaling, you know, because the whale had to let out a wail, because it's another homonym. There's no news about the news. They keep to themselves. You know, every year, I always send out, hi Janice. Every year I send out a meme of a new, and it says Happy New Year, GNU, New Year. Ant, you do have some very interesting new neighbors. I have a new neighbor too. Do you know about the hare with no hair? She's an expert on skincare. Love, your dear, dear. This is actually a really good book, you know, to teach kids about homonyms. So, very, very cute. This had to have been my wife's book. It was very, very cute. Because I know I didn't get it. All right. Next on the... Since everybody is concerned about the whale, we're going to talk about the Grumpy Groundhog. All right. We've read this one a couple times. Matter of fact, let me take off the cover because I'm always... Oh, hello, Wendy. All right, the Grumpy Groundhog. this might be in a poem. Yes, it is. With love to the twins from Puxatawny. Oh no, I don't know what that means. All right. The mayor stood before Groundhog's door and heard a rumbly, tumbly snore. Groundhog, he said, you're sleeping late. This is no time to hibernate. The people added with a shout, it's Groundhog Day. Please come out. The mayor pleaded, I'll ask once more. Yes, just like Groundhog Day, but no Bill Murray. Won't you open up this door? Please come out and greet your friends. Groundhog Day is here again. I won't come out, the groundhog said. I'm closing my eyes and staying in bed. You know, if I still had one of my parrots, maybe I could have taught him to say beep beep or meep meep. I have an idea, said the boy in the crowd. He stepped to the front and spoke up loud. Give him a paper to read in bed. That's it, said the mayor, nodding his head. Hello, Cat B. Groundhog Day, I didn't know if it was around the world or not, but it's every February 2nd. They have a little festival with the groundhog. And if the groundhog sees his shadow, we get 6 more weeks of winter. If he doesn't see a shadow, then winter is over, or going to be over. I mean, it's a bunch of hocus pocus, but it's all fun. So that's really what Groundhog Day is. So, and he almost always sees a shadow because it's February 2nd. And there's going to be at least 6 more weeks of winter. Unless you live in Defiance, then there's 12 more weeks of winter. I don't know if I showed you that picture. And actually, that's a good movie too, Groundhog Day. I really enjoyed that. And you know, every time, my wife loved Groundhog Day. And every time, one of our jokes was, anybody ever dropped something, it would be, just put that anywhere, you know. Groundhog opened his sleepy eyes. The Morning Times was a nice surprise. The groundhog took a very long time reading the paper line by line. Hello, Stacy. The people in the town said with a shout, "It's Groundhog Day, please come out." I think your boy is getting better because he is so vocal tonight.
Oh,
and
he's getting rammy, I think.
But I think he's feeling better because not only that, I had Freya on me. And he kept pawing at Freya, and Freya kept pawing him. So I think he's feeling better.
Good.
Yeah.
We might have him home this weekend.
Yeah. But do you hear him? He sounds great.
He's always yelling.
But I just think he's feeling better.
I like him interacting.
Yeah. He's feeling better. So he's feeling more comfortable. So you're seeing his personality, which I think is wonderful.
Well, it's going to be a learning because he's already got it.
Yep.
I don't want to take up your time.
That's all right. All right.
Leave?
What's that?
Megan go?
I don't know. Did you see her car out there?
I did earlier.
She had a couple phone calls, so.
Okay. Well, you guys enjoy. I'm not online or I'd be watching.
All right. Yep. Sounds good. Oh, I was explaining what my shirt meant, and I said that you would know. Do you know?
No.
What area pronounces water as water?
I guess we do.
Yeah.
Okay, clear
Yeah.
water. Okay.
Yeah. So. All right. All righty.
Are you? Have you?
It's Groundhog Day. Please come out.
Oh, okay. So Barb knows.
Yeah, I was just going to say, you know what? If you're going to go troll on here, yeah, I mean, I'm not, you know, obviously, you might also want to report that to YouTube so that, you know, that Tony Bell is just a troll. So, the bear dropped to his knobbly knees and begged the groundhog, "Come out, please." "I won't come out," the groundhog said. "I'm staying in here until I am fed."
No, I was going somewhere, but I thought you meant just here. You were here on my I ended up not even doing anything.
"I know what to do," a little girl said. "Give the groundhog breakfast in bed." They served him food on a fancy tray, coffee and toast, and a flower bouquet.
We usually go out to eat or something, but I think you're all just tired because everyone knows my
Thank you, Cat B.
That is good too.
Groundhog Day. Groundhog, oh my God. Groundhog poured coffee from the pot. "This coffee is good. It's nice and hot." Do they really mention? Yeah, okay. I'm feeling all right. I still don't have all of my stamina, Stacy. You know. But, you know, I think it's going to take a while. You know. The people in town said with a shout, "It's Groundhog Day. Please come out." "I won't come out," the groundhog said. "It's nice and warm in my cozy bed." Did I pet Spiker and Derecho? Actually, I did pet Spiker because Spiker was right here, right by my feet. But Derecho has been sleeping, so I didn't want to bother the D-man. I gotta find my Derecho shirt, and maybe I'll wear it next week if I can find it. It can't be that far away. A girl yelled, "Kippa, get him slippers to wear. His bedroom floor is chilly in there." "Of course," said the mayor. "Find him a pair. His little tootsies are cold and bare."
They're okay today. Because somebody...
I'm reading to everybody. Cats, humans, everybody.
Oh, I came this way. The sign was... It was fine.
Groundhog never had slippers before. He did a jig all the way to the floor. He twirled and shouted, "Look at me! I'll step outside on the count of 3. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
That's closing in like a week or two.
Really?
For allegedly months. Now,
I don't have to take that.
I mean, it's like, I have like one more.
The crowd yelled, "1, 2, 3, come out!" "Ta-da!" he said, looking about. He blinked from the lights at the camera's glare. A child said, "Give him sunglasses to wear." Well, I'll tell you, they're all coming out tonight, aren't they? Oh, God. Uh-oh. Who's here? Egypt. Egypt is playing. I'm going to see if I can position this a little bit better so that you can see him. Egypt. Hey. There we go. Can you? Yeah, you can see that. Okay. There we go. He's a silly boy. Hello, no one. Hooray, said the mayor. No shadow today. The chilly weather is going away. The groundhog said, it's a wonderful day. I'll ask the children if they want to play.
Because I was afraid of Clinton, you know. So this is a little bit further. And then it has that.
Oh, boy.
I just take that, you know where Cabbage Patch is? It's like a little gas station. It's towards Spalding now.
Let's make a snowman, the children cried. Groundhog had fun being outside. They made a snowman, round and fat. It looked very nice in the mayor's hat.
I just literally go farther away and then turn. I know, I don't have to, I can avoid that bridge.
They might know if it's a full moon tonight. Kind of a...
Yeah, it used to be a restaurant. That's probably why you don't know. It used
We
to
now
be a
interrupt
restaurant.
this book to bring you the adventures of
Everyone calls
Egypt.
it Cabbage Patch.
At the end of the day, the groundhog said, it's time for me to go back to bed. I had a fun day with all my friends. When spring comes early, I'll see them again. So that is the Grumpy Groundhog. And I'm going to save the cat story for last. So now, and I had a reason for this, and I don't remember why. There might have been a cat here named Dory. I'll have to check. But I know I got this because of a cat that was here, so that I can read it. Very similar to when I got those popcorn books. 5, 4, 3, 2. Oh, you got that band hammer going on great. All right, so we got Dory's story. Let me see. My mom and dad always told me, you're just a kid, so don't ever go out in the boat alone. But one night I learned about plankton. These tiny sea creatures are invisible during the day, but sometimes after dark, they light up. I wanted to learn more. It might be a werewolf, no one. It might be a werewolf. And of course, now I'm just going to have to do the classic scene in Young Frankenstein. Werewolf? There! There, wolf! There, castle! Oh, it's perfect. It's just perfect. That was one of my favorite lines in and then Marty Feldman going, suit yourself, I'm easy. Ah, it's a classic. Werewolf, there wolf, there castle. You know, I went and saw John Cleese, Bonnie and I. It was actually the last time Bonnie ever felt good enough to go out before she had her leg amputated. We went and saw John Cleese. And he told the best stories about Marty Feldman. Apparently, John Cleese worked with Marty Feldman quite a bit in the 60s, before Marty Feldman was even a thing here, here in America. He was very popular in England. So, good job. You know, VRS1. I'm thinking that you need a Thor hammer. You know, the band hammer. Yes, Faulty Towers, John Cleese. And Anna, I have a picture somewhere, and maybe I'll show it, of me, Bonnie, and John Cleese. So now I'm going to have to find that picture of us with John Cleese.
Yeah.
Da-da-da-da. All right, camera. Let's see, gallery. Oh, this is going to be a... I wish there was a way that I could catalog all the pictures because I got like 600 pictures on my camera. I mean, yeah, 500 of them are cats. But, you know, just put the cats in its own folder. So if I'm looking for a picture of the cats, I can go there. All right, this is probably 2000. I always, you know, whenever somebody talks about John Cleese, I pull out this picture. Oh yes, he is hilarious, and you know, actually, some of the things that he was saying when we saw him, not safe to repeat here. He's 81 now. That is crazy. I think we saw him in 2017 because it was just. It wasn't that far before Bonnie's surgery.
Your mom, why she did what she did, and you may still may not agree with it, but
All right, so I'm at the point where when she passed. Now I'm going more. Oh no, this is.
We argue sometimes, and I argue with everyone in the house sometimes.
How not? You know, it's how not to be seen.
You're gonna argue with them occasionally, but no, we don't argue that much anymore.
hey, come here.
Oh, look at all these. All right.
Yeah, that's what, like now, if this late stage in my life,
I'm almost there, I think.
somebody right there. So, and now, like, if I want to wake up miserable, it's going to be my own. Somebody else's.
Where are you?
It would have been nice to.
And I think I transferred this from my other phone, so.
That's good though.
Yeah. So, what are you going to school for if I may ask?
Nursing.
Really?
Hey, there's a picture of my dad.
I like all the science behind that, but all the violent fluids and.
Well, I actually want to do psych nursing. Like I want to.
All right, where are you?
So I won't really have to deal with that much.
Oh, there's Guinness. My boy Guinness.
Well, you have to do clinicals. That's never really first scaring me. Like I work in a hospital as a phlebotomist right now because I got my phlebotomy certification in senior year of high school.
Ooh, there's a picture of Dune. Remember Dune? Aha, here it is. I found it. You know, it's funny because after we took this picture, Bonnie was saying how much pain she was in. I'm trying to get it so that it focuses. Maybe I can do this. There we go. And I don't know if you could see my shirt, but it's a quote from Monty Python's The Meaning of Life, the salmon moose. So I was overjoyed to get a picture with them because I love Monty Python. So yes. So all right, let me get back to the book because I totally went off topic. The next morning, the ocean was a flat calm. I couldn't resist. I pushed the dory out and decided to row to the big rock in the middle of the bay. Yes, Bob, actually, it's funny that you mentioned that because I think I was taller than John Cleese. I'm 6'4". Now, we went and saw Penn and Teller in Vegas, and Penn was asking me, "Hey, how tall are you?" And Penn came up and he said, "All right, well, let's put ourselves side by side." So he ended up being a little taller than me. So he's like 6'5" or 6'4.5", but he was just a little bit taller than me. Okay, maybe I wasn't. I don't know. I thought this was I don't know. But anyway, I was talking to Teller, and yes, he doesn't talk on stage. But Teller is from Philadelphia and went to the same high school that I did. And I was talking to him a little bit because my English teacher taught teller magic. So the teacher that inspired teller, I had for English as well. So I just thought that was, interesting. And so we got to talking about that a little bit. So, oh, thank you, Casey. I appreciate that. So, as you can see, I go off topic quite a bit. As I rode, I noticed dozens of seabirds circling around. Grandpa says that where there are seabirds, there are fish. So I kept on rowing. Yes, with a bunch of side stories. Oh yeah? I don't have an iPhone, I have an Android. So I'll have to look soon. I mean, I never really looked, but thank you. Here I'll tell you, I can't get rid of this. So I've been trying to pare down the house, in hoping of moving, soon. And I came across a salt pepper shaker that I gave my wife for Christmas, and we had such a laugh. It's a shark. The salt is the shark, and the pepper is a leg that the shark bit the leg off. And as you guys know, my wife had her leg amputated. So I just remember when she opened this up, she just let out the biggest belly laugh because it was funny, and that was the whole thing. We just don't always, trying to make light of, what are you going to do when you have an artificial leg, But if you ever look at some of the pictures, she would always wear these pictures of, she would always have these slogans on her. Officially on my last leg. Quit pulling on my leg. Seriously, it will come off. What are you staring at, you two-legged freak? It was great. It was great. Yes, she got a laugh. I looked over the side of the boat. I saw hundreds and hundreds of tiny shrimp swimming. I guess that the little shrimp were eating the plankton. She had another shirt that said, "Well, I am stumped." Oh yeah, and when she first got the amputation, she was obviously very sensitive about it. I remember when we went out to dinner. We went out Christmas Day. She had a pass, so she could go out for dinner, and she felt like everybody was staring at her. And I said, well, I don't think they are. I just but she really, as she was gaining more confidence, and she was going to physical therapy to learn how to walk on her leg, she just became, really, it was nice to see that, the confidence that she got. And, then she finally got that job as a humane educator at the SPCA, which combined the two loves of her life, teaching and animals. And, she'd go out, and, it was just, unfortunately it didn't end real well because she got laid off, and I got laid off. Hello, Caden. So, which actually led us for us to come here. So, as I rode towards the big rock, I saw schools of sand lances. Some people call these fish sand eels. Yes, she was a wonderful person. She absolutely was a wonderful person. The sand eels were chasing and eating the shrimp.
Oh, okay.
there now.
Okay.
Werewolf? There wolf. There
I
castle.
just didn't know how she got out because I was like, I swear when I put her in there.
I heard something splash, and I looked over to the bow of the boat. I heard some more splashes. I looked closer, and I saw mackerels chasing and eating the sand eels. Yes, no one. Absolutely.
Good, how are you?
I try to focus on the positives because, with COVID, it was, she was isolated, and that caused, a lot of issues. Love that scene in the movie, but doesn't get Monty Python at all. The salmon moose.
Come on, get in there.
Well, you know what? Unfortunately, trolls are going to troll. That's what they do. And, every now and then you get a big, batch of them. And they all have 10 user IDs in Google. And that's why it is really important that when you see a troll like that saying something that's inappropriate, you need to report them so that their IP address gets tracked. Because, I have 3 Google accounts. So if I ever wanted to get banned, I could just go out, go to another one of mine. So just be real careful with, Then I saw them. Bluefish. Yikes! The bluefish were swimming like crazy and eating the mackerels. Holy mackerel. No, that wasn't in the book. Bluefish have razor sharp teeth. I learned that the hard way. Last year I put my fingers into the mouth of a bluefish to pull my hook out. Zap! I had to get 4 stitches. But this is the other thing. The trolls, they get bored. They probably have already moved on to another live webcam. So it's going to happen. I stood up in the dory to watch the show the bluefish were putting on. Suddenly, 5 huge tuna appeared in the bay. The tuna were chasing and eating the bluefish. I began to worry. Maybe going out in the boat alone wasn't such a good idea. The tuna were almost as long as the boat. I appreciate that, Tobias. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I've been scared a few times, but I was terrified when killer whales came into the bay chasing the tuna. I didn't know what to do. But it all started to make sense. Killer whales eat tuna. Tuna eat bluefish. Bluefish eat mackerels. Mackerels eat sand eels. Sand eels eat shrimp. And shrimp eat plankton. I knew one thing. I didn't want to become part of the food chain. Help! Where's my mommy? Hello, Aunt Power. Good to see you. Never studied much about eels, huh? Did you ever have eel sushi? I thought it was, before I tried it, I thought it would be disgusting. My brother actually turned me onto it. And I have to tell you this, because I say it every time, it's eely good.
We need to disinfect everything right now.
Okay.
All right.
Good, that'll keep you busy.
Yeah.
Just as I decided to row back to shore, whammo, a humongous humpback whale breached right in front of me. Eel is not raw. They cook the eel. So just an FYI. It's not, even though they'll combine it with other raw fish, the eel itself is always cooked. Yes, it would be shocking, Anna. Yes. Thank you. Okay. But wait, humpback whales don't eat killer whales. Humpbacks eat plankton and krill, some of the tiniest creatures in the ocean. The food chain is really more like a food web. But it's all connected, isn't it, MK? I should have been smart like the seals and stayed near shore. The harbor seals had sensed the danger and pulled themselves out of the water to escape the killer whales. All of a sudden, a killer whale swam by, chasing a tuna. The tuna jumped out of the water and smashed into my dory. Bam! Oh no, I was capsized. Thank God I had my life jacket on. Good night, Tina. Have a good night. I should have stayed with the boat to wait for help, but I was scared, and I started swimming. I swam through the shrimp, the eels, the mackerels, the bluefish, the tuna, the killer whales, and the humpback whale. It was cold. I had water in my nose, but I kept swimming towards that rock in the middle of the bay. I made it! I pulled myself up by jumping onto the seaweed. Just then, I heard my mom's voice. Danny, you tell the best stories when you're in the bathtub. You should write a book. And that is the end of Dory's story. With a little twist ending that we might have seen coming. I don't know. So we got one more book. Yes, Anna, magic is on the go. We got Kitty Cat, Are You Waking Up? All right. So I wanted to save the Kitty Cat book for last. All right, we got 5 minutes. Which one is Willow? I wonder if that other cat is Willow. Kitty Cat, are you waking up? Not yet, Mother. I'm a sleepy buttercup. Kitty Cat, are you out of bed? Not yet, Mother. I'm standing on my head. Kitty Cat, have you cleaned your fur? Not yet, Mother. I am practicing my purr. Kitty Cat, what are you going to wear? Just a second, Mother. I am looking everywhere. Kitty Cat, where'd you put your socks? Just a second, Mother. They're over by my blocks. That's true. You can't tune a fish. You know, there was an old REO Speedwagon album that was called You Could Tune a Piano, but you can't tune a fish. Kitty Cat, have you found your shoes? Just a second, Mother. They're easy things to lose. Kitty Cat, do you want some fish? Just a second, Mother. I'm playing with my dish. Kitty Cat, hurry up and eat. Just a second, Mother. A mouse is on my seat. Hi, Magic. kitty cat, you'll be very late. Just a second, Mother. School will have to wait. Kitty cat, now we have to go. Okay, Mother, I'm sorry I'm so slow. So that is the kitty cat book. And look at that. Nice. It ended with a couple minutes to spare. Let me see where... Oh, Magic is on his way somewhere. Look at this. You can see all of the special needs kitties here, you know. We got Coralie here, though. I don't think you can see her. You got Spiker here, and you definitely can't see him. Right in the middle, we got... Oh, you're welcome, Craig. We got Ramsey. We got Alma. Yeah, it's a sweet book. Yeah, Magic is an amazing boy. Mouseware. Oh, you're welcome, no one. Oh, do you see Egypt up there? Thank you, Lex. I appreciate that. Who's there? Hi. Is that the same cat? Well, he's still big, but there was a cat. Looks like he's shedding some pounds, which is good. I wish I could do that. Thank you, Ms. M. Thank you, everybody. Lucy is in the cabana. Yeah, I need a new job. So I want to thank everybody. I appreciate everybody's support, and we will be back next week. And I'm heading to bed soon myself, Anna. I can't hang anymore. Albert's Garden video. They took it off YouTube. I'd like to buy a copy. And you know, Isabird, at some point maybe I can make a video of Albert's Garden and put it up on YouTube. So maybe at some point we will do that. You know, because I know, you know, Albert's Garden is a very special part of the rescue center here. And for those of you who don't know, Albert's Garden is where we put a lot of memorial stones to some of the kitties that have departed us. And also there's some things that there to some humans that have departed us, including my wife. You know, there's a memorial stone in there for my wife, as well as there's a little bit of her scattered in Albert's Garden too. So Albert's Garden is one of the very special things of the rescue center, and you don't really see it, but I think it's a good idea that one of these days I'll come over and do a video and to show you. And a lot of the kitties that have passed, I could probably tell you some stories about them. You know, some of the cats, and I'll give you one example. There was a cat here named Milford, and Milford was a victim of animal abuse, and his leg was shattered. But it didn't stop him. He was a maniac in here. He had his legs all taped up, but he would be running with his legs, you know, all the way in the back, and he couldn't move them. But he was just a little maniac. And he was the most fun cat. And Bonnie and I really, really, really liked Milford. And during his surgery for his leg, unfortunately, he stopped breathing. And I just remember how devastated all of us were when Jackie came out and passed. I mean, this was one of those ones where Jackie really didn't come to the camera too much because she was absolutely devastated. If you remember last year when Jackie was devastated about, Zelda and the others, it was just the same thing. So I'll have that on my list. That I don't know if I'll do it this, but I want to talk to Megan first before I do it, just to make sure she's okay. I'm sure she will be, but it's just so it's a good thing. We can tell you some things, and we'll see what happens. All right, everybody, I am going to get going. Thank you, MK, for posting that, because I really think, hi! Rathbone is giving me grief. Hi, Rathbone. But I have to tell you, I am so happy seeing Rathbone getting better. Because as the cats get better and they get more comfortable, you see their personalities. And that Rathbone has a heck of a personality. Look at him. He is jumping up. All right, I will pet you before I leave. How's that? All right, I will pet you. You're such a crazy cat. Oh my God. Well, you have a good night, okay? All right, everybody. Have a great night.
Have a good night.
You too. Good night, girls. Good night, Pontiac. No flakes today.